Say with your legs media. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, if you're just coming in, please hit the like button. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. And now we're going to get into this. So it's a really interesting day. Uh, my guy, Michael Storr, stressed me out today. But it is what it is. He did well. He did well, but the man of the day is Thymen, Thymen ARENSMAN. So he's the man of the moment. Took care of the business today. Um, yeah, he took care of the business today, and I'm definitely disappointed in Michael Starr. Like that's my guy. Really cool guy. I actually got a chance to meet him, and just really down to earth guy. But the day goes to Thymen ARENSMAN. So let's have a look. The race was, how long was today's race? Today's race was 162 kilometers. Um, because there are not that many big teams in the race, it's sort of like almost like every man for himself. So this is the second day where you've had a solo breakaway, and today's solo breakaway was even longer than yesterday's breakaway. So just looking at the profile, I believe it's at, look at it, let's go bring it up. So at kilometer 35, so basically after kilometer 35, it's 163 kilometers. So kilometer 35, so still over 100K left. That's when, track was putting the pressure on. This was before the TV came on, so it was hard to see what was going on. And track was putting a whole pile of pressure on, obviously riding for Giulio Concini to, see if he could challenge Michael Storr. To be honest, that's not going to happen because he's not the same caliber climber as Michael Storr. So they had like two massive mountains, and I forgot to screenshot the profiles so I could put them on there. Actually, I did screenshot the profiles, but I didn't. But anyway, so there's two massive, there's one big climb, but not categorized, and then you had two more climbs after that that's not categorized, and then it's the category 2 climb, like with 3 climbs to go, that is categorized, and then there's a climb in between the last 3 climbs that's not categorized. It's also hard, and then the last climb is a category 3. So the crazy thing is that from about, was it like 70K out, and Theismann went from 70K out, and he just soloed all the way to the end. So they started in the rain, then the rain stopped, everyone took off the jackets, and then it rains, towards the last climb, the rain came down, the heavens opened, and it was like cold and miserable to finish. But Theismann got, and this is fantastic for Ineos, because Ineos needs something. They need a little bit of luck. I mean, they're not getting anything since they lost Pitcock. It's been, since they started feuding with Pitcock, and then they lost Pitcock. It's been all downhill since. But they got what's his name? Cadal, not his Cadal. Oh, what is his name? The sprinter's name? Um, Caleb. They got Caleb. So we'll see what Caleb's going to be able to do. If Caleb's going to be able to take care of the business once he gets up against the big boys. To be honest, I don't think so. You can quote me on that, but I don't think Caleb's going to be able to run with the big boys like Milan, Jonathan Milan, and Tim Miller. Those guys are just flying. And also Phillipson, so those guys are flying. Enough about Caleb Ewan. But Thymen ARENSMAN got away. He rode solo all the way to the end. And then with 3 climbs left to go, so that's at kilometer 126, I guess the director sportif of Michael Storr is like, we had a 4-minute gap. 4-minute gap. And Michael Storr's, the sports director is like, Mike, you can't wait for these guys. These guys are not riding. And everyone was like just sort of conceding the race, like they weren't going to race. And so Michael Storr took it upon himself. He dropped he didn't even really attack. He just upped the tempo. He dropped everybody on the climb that he was chasing the 4 guys that were in front of him. He caught everybody except for Derek G and Thymen ARENSMAN. And then when he did catch up to Derek, he didn't have enough to overtake him to take second, but he did finish third, and he finished 11 seconds down. But the crazy thing is, he had a 4-minute gap, and he chopped off 3 minutes, and he basically they had this thing called virtual time. So on real time, Thymen ARENSMAN was a minute 18 behind. So when he was 4 minutes behind on the road, Thymen was in the leader's jersey. So he chopped that lead down to 1 minute. I think it was 1:07. So he was back into the leader's jersey. But on the last climb, uh, he, Michael Storer faded on the last climb a little bit. I don't know if it's. I'm just thinking maybe his director sportif said, don't try to keep the jersey, don't try to get the jersey. Maybe you just want to finish, just a few seconds down, so that gives you a chance to go for it. Make it a little easier to go for it tomorrow, because we know that you're the better climber, so you can get that 10 seconds back. And so he gets up to 1:07, so he's back in the lead. Then in the last, it looks like a bit of fatigue and everything, because that was a lot of work to do. So basically, you're riding twice as fast as not twice as fast. He would have called him soon, but he's riding faster than Thymen ARENSMAN, and that's a lot of work. So, but he did a really good job. Michael Storer did a really good job to finish. What is it, like 10 seconds off? So he only has to make up 10 seconds. And even winning the bonus spin for tomorrow, that's not going to be enough. So he has to win. He has to have a margin tomorrow. I'm talking about Michael Storer. He has to have a margin tomorrow in order to get that jersey back, and he also has to be the first one across the line. But he doesn't have to. He just has to be more than 11 seconds in front of Thymen ARENSMAN. And I think he can do that. I think Michael Storer can do that. So he lost the leader's jersey. That's unfortunate, but that's how these things go sometimes. But saying that, so we have our man in the leader's jersey now. And this is big for Ineos, because Ineos hasn't had any real success. I mean, you had in Paris-Nice looking like Filippo Ganna was going to do something good, and then in that last, when that stage, his chain comes off, he just had a bunch of problems. Ineos is just not, it's not firing on all cylinders right now, and that anything they can get, they can take. So I think it's going to be a heartbreak at the end of this one for Ineos as well too. So they get the leader's jersey. It's almost like they get, like, someone gives you a piece of chocolate, puts the tongue on your chocolate and then takes it from you. You don't get a chance to eat it. So I think the same thing is going to happen tomorrow. I think Michael Storer is going to get back the time, and he's going to get back his leader's jersey, and he's going to get his first Grand Tour win. So I think that's what's going to be a result for tomorrow. So you heard it here first. This is what I said, and this is what's going to be. So that is the Tour de Alps. That's how the Tour de Alps went down. And then the other quick thing that I want to touch on it's two things that I wanted to touch on. So firstly, we're going to look at this young man. Who is this young man? Julia and Pedro, hi, sorry, I didn't even see that. Mr. Clean, that's me, Mr. Clean, yeah. I did shave today. I wanted to look good. I look good. I tried to, But anyway, this is Walter Vargas. Walter Vargas, he is from Colombia. This guy is fast. This guy is no joke. So basically, they had the time trial was today, and I had a couple of my compatriots compatriots or comrades, however you want to say, in the time trial. So Walter Vargas. You never heard of Walter Vargas? Well, trust me, this boy is going to be something. You want to keep your eye on him. He's from Colombia. If you look at all of the national championships in Colombia and the competitions that they have in South America, on the podium you will regularly see this young man, Walter Vargas, Egan Bernal, and Rights for EF Education, Richard Carapaz. You would see these three on the podium on a regular basis. He's either in second or third, and he's won once or twice against them. But this guy, he just hasn't been picked up by anybody as yet. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be somebody you want to keep your eye on. His name is Walter Vargas, and they did a 40K kilometer time today. How old is he? Oh, I don't know. It may be that, I don't know. He's 33, and they are ageist in cycling. So the likelihood of someone picking him up. So he's ridden for Team Medellin for quite some time, and the likelihood of someone picking him up is not that great, but he is talented. he is talented. To the fact that he won the time trial with a time of 50.385 kilometers. That's fast. That's 31 miles per hour. That's nothing to sneeze at. This guy is fast. So, and like the only reason he wouldn't get picked up, like I said, is because of his age. He's 33 years old, and this is when they start to push you out of the pro field. They literally start to push you out, even if you're doing well. You got the Geraint Thomases, Cadell Evans, like guys like that, like George Hincapie that stay around in sport for a long time. Doesn't happen that often. In second place for the Pan American Championships was this is Rodrigo Contreras. He's also from Colombia, and in third was Jesus Diego de Jesus Mendes, and he's from Brazil. So I have to give a shout out to Caden Hopkins, since he's from Bermuda. I'm from Bermuda. He was in fourth place. Caden Hopkins was not fourth place. He was in seventh place. Caden, yeah, he was in seventh place with the time of, well, he was 2 minutes and 21 down on the winning time of 46 minutes. 46 minutes is the fastest, because that's a 25. That's like used to be the official Olympic distance, and that 25 kilometers or 25 miles or 40 kilometers. If you're doing that at 50K average, you are nothing to sneeze at. I think uh, my best was about 48 point something for off just touching 49, like whatever 30 miles per hour, whatever, like 30.1 miles. This guy was doing 31, so he would have whooped my ass as well too. Yeah, he's fast. Um, but this is what, when was I riding? 1992, 93? That's a long time ago. We had trucks and tanks to ride. So if I had the equipment that these guys had, and but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this is Walter Vargas, and how fast are you? I'm as fast as a snail now. I'm 55 years old, dude. I'm 55. My day is done. My time was in the 90s. From 1985 to 2002. That was my time. And yeah, so now it's just about spectating, seeing who the youngsters are, and enjoying the sport, and watching who's going to be the next Pogacar or Lorena Wiebes. So that's me. So in a nutshell, I'm done. I'm finished. Um, so like I said, my best time was, so it's crazy because when I did my 10-mile time trial and I went sub 20 and I did 19.5 or something, I just like thought I was gonna, that's it. I've arrived. And then if you look now, the 10 mile, that's for the 10-mile time trials. If you look now, the 10-mile time trials, guys are going going like 18 minutes, like low 18 minutes. And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? So that's what they're doing today. And I thought like a high 19 was fast, and now they're doing a low 18. So that's what it is. So I was fast when was my time, but not anymore. Anyway, the last thing I want to just touch on really quickly is a tribute. Uno X is Mobility is doing a tribute to 7-Eleven for Liège, Bastogne Liège. They will be having so much press, so many pictures taken at Liège, Bastogne Liège. I was at Liège last year, and I'm so sad that I'm not going to be there this year. And this is just to see this, just to get a picture with these guys, just to watch this. I mean, 7-Eleven, all I can remember of 7-Eleven is MC Hempstead and a few other. And Andy Hempstead, the Canadian guy, I can't remember his name, but that's how old I am. I actually remember watching those guys, growing up watching those guys, watching the 7-Eleven, watching them ride the Eddie Merckx bike. I think they rode an Eddie Merckx bike. Was it Eddie Merckx bike? Is 7-Eleven painted on it? It might have been a Merckx. It might have been something else. But yeah, I mean, this. I think this is going to be so dope for Liège, Bastogne Liège, that Uno X Mobility will be wearing this retro 7-Eleven kit, and just looking at it, it looks dope. And here's even something. Just look, check this out. It's not just. They even got the bike done. The bike is going to be matching. This is just so dope. I'm going to be watching the just to see. That sucks. How could that suck, Spiro? What do you mean? What do you mean? The bike? You think the bike sucks? What sucks? I suck? Oh, I know I suck. You know, I know I suck. I have to go. By the way, I subscribe. Thank you, Pharaoh. I really appreciate that. And I don't know. If he's, and I love Ridley. Actually, I have a Ridley. That's, so I don't know. I favor Ridleys. I like them, the robust bikes. They're bikes for the bigger guys like myself. I'm 6'3", and the Ridleys tend to like just be a bit more robust. They're made here, well, they're made in Europe, but they're made in Belgium. I'm in the UK, but they're made in Belgium, and they're made for the couples. They're made strong. So the bigger guys like the bikes like the Ridley because they're just tough. They're just tough bikes. They're fast. And I'm gonna try to go live every day, 7 o'clock after every race. So I'm gonna try to be same time and try to be consistent. So I just, because you can't build an audience if you're not consistent, if you're all over the place. So I will be back at the same time. And I appreciate you for stopping in. And if you hit the like button, I appreciate you even more. 7 a.m. UK time, 7 a.m. UK time. I have no idea where you're hailing from. Uh, so shocking. Tarif Raza, official. Do you like the Ridley? Do you like how the bank scheme? What do you think of it? I think that's the kit. That's the kit they're gonna be wearing for Uno X Mobility. So that this is what they're gonna be wearing on Sunday. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's dope. I think it's dope because I'm a 55-year-old man who was around when these guys were out. So this is it's like Flintstones cartoons, like it's or Roadrunner or Bugs Bunny. I always loved those cartoons because I grew up with them. So 7-Eleven, I grew up with them. So yeah, I just think that's pretty fly. That's pretty dope. So, but anyway, that's about it for today. It's a bit of a shorter stream than normal, and then tomorrow we're gonna be bringing you the results and the winner of the Tour de Alps stage, the final stage, and we'll see if Michael Storer can overpower Thymen. I think he can, but it's just his team. His team is weak. They sent a weak team to support Michael Storer down for the Tour of the Alps. But we will see what happens if this young man here, Thymen, if he'll be able to hold on to his green jersey. So that's him in the green jersey. We'll see if he'll be able to hold on to it. Alrighty? And this Louis say with your legs media, I appreciate you, and we're gonna try to do this and be more consistent. I sort of love this format, but hopefully I'll have the laptop back soon, and then I could start running the footage and show you the footage and the attacks and the climbs and all of that stuff. So that's what I really want to do, and give you the play-by-play, give you my opinion, show you where someone died, where they attacked, and all of that good stuff. And we're gonna talk about. Oh, we got to talk about Jonas Vingegaard because everyone's asking questions. It's like, is he gonna have enough race days in for Le Tour de France? I mean, you see the form that Poggi's in right now, and then he's gonna rest for the whole month of May. He's gonna get to and then do the Dauphiné to tune up. It's gonna be fire. Anyway, in this Louis, stay with your legs, media. Appreciate you.